switched it to the other one. And hey, it looks like we are live. Perfect. Awesome. Hello, hello, hello. So this is a bit of an unusual stream for me here. It's a Thursday night stream for starters, which, hey, that's a little different. But yeah, and I got Cold with me again here.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry. I get distracted by my phone too much.
So tonight is a special stream because
I'm here.
I'm doing something fun. Yes, and she's here too.
Yeah.
This random person walking by. You've seen her before. What are we talking about here? What are we saying? We've seen you before. You're not all that new. You're not that special. You're not that unique. We've seen you before.
Mm-hmm.
And yet I'm marrying you. What's wrong with this picture? Anywho, so the entire reason why we're having this stream is because I am building a brand new fight stick, a custom one just for myself, and Cold here is going to be helping me out.
Mm-hmm.
There was a tournament, it was what, 2-3 weeks ago, something like that?
About that, yeah. 2 weeks ago now. So.
Over at the Mall of America, and the Friday before that tournament, I get a short in the USB cable on my little Hori EX2 that I've been using forever, and it's right at the stress relief, you know, and it's like that one spot where it's impossible to fix really easily without like pulling the whole thing apart.
Well, I could splice a cable, but you know, it's
not even worth it for that one though. I mean,
yeah.
the EX2 was such a. It's not. It was a little stick that could for me. Let's be honest.
Yeah, you got a lot of mileage out of that stick, which is a good thing.
You know how much I spent for that thing?
I think you told me like $60.
18.
That's not. Yeah, that's not bad.
And it normally goes on eBay for about 80 now. So I mean,
I would maybe look into fixing it at some point just for collector's sake, but that's about it.
yeah, Yume, what you doing over there, honey? Hey,
Cats.
she's not allowed to claw at the couch. I catch her clawing.
All right. Anyway. You're graduating up to the big boy fight level here. So
Yeah, we're finally graduating up to big boy sticks, and I haven't even unboxed this thing yet. So I actually bought the enclosure out of from FocusAttack.com. It's their Make Stick Pro custom enclosure, and I made my own custom graphic because DDR freak. I'm gonna do something DDR related for my fight stick because seriously, why wouldn't I? And let's be honest, if I didn't, there'd be something really wrong with me.
Yeah, well, you could be me and just kind of be all over the place with my designs, which are mainly meant to be humorous and sometimes don't make sense. But anyway.
Yeah, well, whatever.
I digress.
Anywho, I'm going to switch this over here because it's the big reveal. I haven't even seen how this thing looks yet, so I'm actually really excited to see this. And open up.
Yep.
So I bought the the Make Stick Pro case, as well as a custom graphic, and then a foam non-slip pad to go on the underside.
Yep.
So I got the whole kit and caboodle here. Yep. Just pulling this open. Oh, that's got to be the graphic right there.
Yep, that's got to be it.
There's the invoice.
Yep, and then there's your button inserts.
Fantastic. Thank you. We'll set the image. We'll set the foam padding aside so we can pull this out and show this off. This is actually really nice. I like this. It's not too big, but it's also not too small. It's not super cramped.
And how much did this run you then?
Including the graphics, it was like I want to say $80, including shipping and custom graphics.
All right. And let's take a look at the graphics here.
Yeah, let's pull that. Let's open that up. And there it is.
There we go.
Nice.
So that's going to be...
That actually turned out really well. I like this. Okay, I'm going to hold this up to the camera real quick so we can show this off. So this was a custom graphic. Yeah, I went online, found
it's like
Rage.
I'm trying to figure out how to move my arms.
How do my arms work?
There we go.
Yeah, that
actually looks badass.
That's pretty slick. I'm very happy with the way this turned out.
Alright, so we won't need this anymore.
I sure hope not. Thank you.
Unless one of us gets the urge to shank the other, but... nah. Let's not go there.
Let's not, no.
Okay, so... I've been doing this for a while now. Doing fight stick stuff is typically pretty straightforward. We're going to start by actually installing that custom artwork.
Okay, so that's going to be our first step, alright.
Yep, before we start putting any buttons in.
Okay, sounds like a plan. So I should probably pull the acrylic off the top?
I would hold off. That'll be
Hold
the
off
finals.
on that one.
That'll be the
Got
finals, just to prevent any early scratches and whatnot. We're going to save the plastic for last.
Gotcha. Okay.
Just believe me, this stuff, it just comes off like butter. Alright. So the first step is that we need to actually remove the screws.
Okay. And after we put the graphic in, we'll take a moment and go over here. Let's put the screw in here.
Yep.
There we go.
Yeah, usually I use a red Solo cup for that.
Also a viable option.
Alright. And then we'll get some tunes rolling here so it's not just...
Yeah. Let's get that. Let's get the music going.
Yep.
Crank them beats.
Yeah, because you should notice you're already looking at that. You see a little bit of a plastic on the glass. I would expect there'd be a little bit of a plastic coating on the stick as well.
Okay.
And that's mainly just to, again, in transport, prevent any early scratches, things like that.
That's nice that they do that, though.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually some really nice foam.
Yep.
To go with.
Yep, and we're going to do...
It's just basic EVA, but it's nice to have it pre-cut with its own adhesive backing. That's handy.
Yep, and we're going to get to that next.
Okay, so we'll do that and... Woo, PU! Yeah, that's EVA foam, alright.
Yep.
Smells like ass, as usual.
Okay. So we're going to remove the default parts.
Okay. That just peels right out.
Yep.
Cool.
And then we're going to set that down right there.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. I love it.
It's perfect.
Excellent.
And then we just start putting the screw back down. Then we're trying to go under this way.
I got a couple more. I got another Phillips head screwdriver, so give me a moment. I'll grab that real quick.
Make sure these thread closely.
Oh yeah, that too. That usually helps.
I'm actually gonna, if you notice, Ryan, I'm going under the plastic, and that's just so that way when we remove the final plastic,
I kind of figured that was going to be the best course of action for this one.
so that way it doesn't get caught.
Well, that's smart. That's smart. So, more big gaming news hit today.
Mm-hmm.
The gym rework finally went live in Pokemon Go.
Mm-hmm.
So now every gym is now a Pokestop that you can spin and get items off of it.
That's interesting. I mean, I haven't touched Pokemon Go in forever, but I'm glad to see that they're continuing to develop and support.
This update is huge too because it also it's a complete redesign of how gyms operate.
Mm-hmm.
There can be only 6 Pokemon in a gym at any given time.
Okay, so that way
instead of the 10.
Yep.
And no duplicates.
That'll help make things a little bit more fair.
Big one.
Yeah, give things people a chance to actually get at the gym. Take it over. 'Cause I remember there was when I was playing, because I lived closer to the South Metro. I've got it. Actually, I'm going to use my...
There you go. Yeah, you take care of the rest of that one.
Yeah. That and using a smaller screwdriver like this, it just ends up being easier. Whoops.
Stop breaking stuff, man.
It's not breaking, it's just dropping a few holes. Anyway.
Doesn't mean I can't give you grief about it.
Okay, we're actually going to take this cover off now.
Okay.
And then this will give you a chance to apply your own that foam bottom to it.
Cool.
And then I'll just finish up with that last screw.
Oh, good. And I caught it at just the right time. I'm such a jerk. What else will I do? And yet you said yes. Ooh, yeah, that's a good point, yeah. I proposed on my 30th birthday.
No, I think that title goes to me as being the resident old man. 31.
I'm 31 as well. We're the same age.
And we're both the resident old men of the
Yep.
New York community.
Pretty much.
The joys of breaking your arms when you were a young child.
Oh yeah, that'll do it.
Yep. Permanent noise problem. Oh, amazing.
Aren't they though? So notice there's a little tab here, a little door that can be opened up. What would go into that?
We're gonna find out.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I'm willing to bet that that's probably where our new thing is.
They were actually. I was actually talking with the guys at Paradise, and they were actually saying you replace one of the buttons, one of these 24mm buttons, with the new trick.
Ah, there it is. Okay.
And a couple more things rattling around. Looks like.
Yep. So this actually looks like we've got a little bit of a compartment, and this. Okay, this is for anything additional, like electrical hardware. You can see. I don't know how well it's going to show up with the lighting, but there's a couple of slots in there and a few other things. You know,
Okay.
see right there. So that way, in case there's any other additional ports out, so like say if you're working with PS360 board, which is another good PCB to build a fight stick off of. If you wanted to give it support for something like, say, you know, one of the older generation consoles that doesn't run on USB, I imagine that's probably where your cable's going to go out.
I gotcha.
Alright.
Excellent. So now we got that.
Yep, so now that we've got that in place, I'm going to leave this fun one to you because, well, my fingers suck for this.
Yep.
But you're going to get that backing on there, and you want to make sure that the holes line up so that way it doesn't cover the screws.
Right like that.
Yep.
Perfect. All right. So we just gotta pull the
Mm-hmm.
protective backing off so we can expose the adhesive, and away we go. There we are. And if you guys have any questions for Cold about making your own fight stick, by all means ask. I mean, this is a great time to get your questions answered.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Nope,
off
it's
center a little bit.
Yeah. See if we can lift it and recenter that.
I think we're gonna be able to.
We're gonna pop it, so cool.
Cool. Alrighty.
Start with one corner.
A little bit over here. Oh well.
Yeah, if it's a little over, that's okay. You know,
We will manage.
we'll manage, or worst case, we cut that away. Yeah, because
Big whoop-de-doo over there. Alright,
It
so
looks
they
like
showed me how to do the buttons.
yep, and I'll leave that to you
Alright.
because that's actually going to be our next step. Is that we're going to install the buttons and install the joystick.
Yep. So to open these up, there's actually here. I'll put this up here. Actually, I'm going to switch to this camera here. There's a couple of tabs on the side. So you've got these buttons, these parts here that clip in to hold the button into the actual case. But if you turn it a quarter of a turn, there's these little tabs in here that you have to press in to release the button from the actual inside. This whole shebang. If I recall correctly, I think I need to use one on each side. Good idea.
So we're not going to leave that for a little while, and that gives the adhesive time to actually stick.
It gives the adhesive time to cure. That's all we need right now. Alright, so I gotta take this.
And we're going to want to remember, you know, just kind of line it up as to which button goes where.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Now the nice thing is for those buttons you have, they're what we call drop-in buttons. Drop-ins, that's literally as it sounds. We just drop them in and they're set.
Yep. And so now that we've got this button removed here, the actual cap comes off. And it was... Where was the tab for that one? So just one that I just... Yep, there we go. So we just pull it out like that, and now I can fit the actual artwork into it from here. And so I'll grab the baggie here with all the little decal artworks. And and we'll fit this in. I'll go back to this screen.
Yep.
And I'll set this up right on top of here.
Yep.
Yep.
Yep. We definitely don't want to lose any of these.
No, we do not. And this just fits right back down on here. As I recall, there was a tab that I had to line up, a little plastic piece.
I see the tab right there.
Yep, there we go, right like that. Right?
Perfect. Yep.
Right, good. Alright, and then
And
this
as you
just
finish
fits.
the buttons, I'll just drop them in.
And so then you just want to get them lined up, and I think it was A, B, X, Y.
Yep, RB. Yeah, I can pull up the layout. So
Cool.
it looks like
Yeah,
just like that.
cool.
So, and then doing a drop-in button, you just
That's actually left trigger.
oh.
Hang on.
Yeah. Of course, this is the fun part because mistakes will inevitably be made.
Yeah, mistakes were made. There we are.
And then, actually, the way it should be going in, I'll just get controller map out here. We don't want it there because it
Oh, that's
should be.
oh no, this is right bumper. Okay, so that's actually up here.
Yep. Then you just drop it in.
Boop. Ta-da!
Yep. And that should be secure. We're going to test it by just pushing back. And no, it's not secure.
Uh-oh.
In fact, I think we might need to remove the screen early just to prevent that.
Oh, alrighty then.
So, that's alright.
I'm not mad. What? Do I look mad?
No, of course
Do I
not.
look angry to you?
You're just. I think you're just happy to have a workable stick again.
Gee, you think?
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. So we're not going to be doing anything too intense, so I think we're going to be okay.
Alright, so here we go. Oh wait, was that right bumper? Yes, okay, so this
Yep.
is left bumper here.
Yep. So that should go right below it then.
Right bumper and left bumper? No, left bumper's gonna be up here actually.
Yep. No. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Not sure why it doesn't quite want to seat really, but there you go.
Oh, we'll figure it out.
Yep.
We got this.
This one would be awesome with some lights in it. Just saying. Alright.
There you go, left bumper.
And that's going to go just like that, looks like. Right? That's something?
Yeah, close enough for government work.
Close enough is only important in horseshoes.
Hand grenades and atom bombs.
Yep. These things are going to be difficult as hell to get out if you don't change a button.
Yeah, well, that's just the way it goes sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah, this is kind of why I like screw buttons instead, because they just kind of
Pop out nice and easy.
well, they stay. It's easy to remove and to reuse them.
Yeah.
There's a problem I've had with these push buttons or the drop-ins like this is that, and I don't know if it's just me or if it's something else, but
That's probably just you.
the tabs have a tendency to break when I need to remove these buttons.
Yeah,
And if the
that's just
tabs-
you. Here's the A button.
Yep.
So these buttons here are Sanwa buttons that I picked up from Paradise Arcade. The total cost on this whole setup is about $280 complete for all parts and the case, and then it's just labor to put it together at this point.
Yep. It bugs me that one popped up slightly, but I guess we'll leave it go for now. Or not.
Chew your gum.
Alright, President Scroob. There we go.
I'm just glad you got that reference.
Well, how would I not get that reference?
You'd be amazed how many people have not seen Spaceballs.
There we go. That looks pretty secure. I don't know why they're having such problems staying down. But,
Which is unusual for Sanwa buttons, too, isn't it?
well, I think it might just be the
There's
thickness
why.
between the plate and this right here.
Well, that could do it, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Alright, more buttons for me over here.
Looks like right about there. All right.
Yeah. Now, there's two major manufacturers for buttons. You have Sanwa, which I'm using here, and Seimitsu is the other big name.
Yep.
And basically, between the two, it's kind of a Ford versus Chevy comparison, because you've got a very rabid and very loyal fan base for both camps.
Yeah. Now I can work with either or. My personal preference, though, and this is just in my workings with it, because, well, again, I've done tons of these. Is Seimitsu, just because I like the feel of Seimitsu's better.
Okay.
And I've had better luck with those lasting longer.
I dropped a cap down there.
Oh.
Don't step. Thank you.
Why are you making my
No
fat
step
ass
on
move?
cap. No step on cap.
Again. Why are you making my fat ass move, Ryan?
Somebody's got to do it. Love you too, buddy.
Alright.
There we go. That's the B button.
Yep, there it goes right there.
And the menu button we can actually just use. I picked up some black 24mm buttons, but it looks like we won't actually need to use those.
Yeah, because your menu buttons, your share, home, and touch are all right there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't know what your plans were for this, but I think that's going to be your start right there.
That's going to be, yeah, it's going to be my menu button, yeah. Start, menu.
Options or whatever the hell Sony and Microsoft decided to call it these days.
Which is such a stupid idea, too, because they had such a well-designed standard for so many years, and then all of a sudden it's like, what the, that's all of a sudden
Like,
it's
what the hell, guys? What are you thinking?
It's basically a Dr. Phil moment. What were you thinking?
I mean, there's something.
Well, they were thinking people weren't going to call him out on it, obviously.
Yeah. Well, people.
We can say, well, that worked out.
Yeah, people did. Just like, people called out Microsoft and their bullshit about how they wanted to have an Xbox One always online.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, no thanks.
And tied to a single Xbox One account so you couldn't share it with friends. I was looking at that from like a family perspective, because I used to work for GameStop, and we had tons of people coming in, these families that they have 2 or 3 kids that would and they all wanted to play the Xbox. If they had to shell out $60-$70 a game per game, that would get very expensive very quickly, and that would cost Microsoft a lot of sales.
Yeah.
I mean, no two ways about it. I mean, that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that was not a good idea on their part. Alright, and while you're doing those, I'm going to look up a little bit of reference on my phone because...
X button. There we go.
Because the Sanwa JLF, the actual joystick, is one of the harder things, because I need to figure out... The way you connect the wires is reliant on how the stick gets actually installed.
Yeah, I remember that.
I need to see Sanwa JLF wiring diagram.
I think they had one on the Paradise Arcade website, actually.
Actually, Google is great for this.
Oh, that too, yeah.
Yep, right
There we go, perfect.
Yep.
So yeah, for reference, I bought the case was the only thing that I bought from Focus Attack. Everything else here came from ParadiseArcade.com. They're a local company. They got a lot of really good stuff in there, and I really like them. They're pretty awesome.
Yeah, Brian and the rest of them, they're good people.
They're good people. They're good people.
Making sure the rest of the buttons are
Properly seated in there.
Yep, because the last thing you want to have happen is have a button pop out on you.
especially during a tournament. You're like, no!
Yeah, that's the only problem because I use screw type buttons, and I don't think I brought one so I could show you. But when I build controllers, I actually prefer to use those. The problem I found though is that they're prone to coming loose, especially if you
don't torque them right. Yeah,
if they're not torqued right, and if there's a lot of vibrations, then they just come loose right away.
Yeah.
All right,
that'll do
we're
it.
gonna drop one last button in there, and that's your 24mm, and that's for your start button.
Can we actually take one of these? I was just thinking about returning those to Paradise.
I mean, I wouldn't just because you're going to be sacrificing the use of one of your buttons, and if you're ever on PS4.
Oh, that's right, because it's a touch style. Yep. So we can
you want-
pull this out for the new trick.
Yep.
Okay, got it. Okay,
That's what that's for.
Alrighty.
And that we might actually need to use some hot glue for.
That's fine. I've got a hot glue gun that we can use.
Yep.
Where was the new trick? There it is. Okay, so this part here, this new trick, USB adapter.
Here, but
with this, we're using the Brook Universal Fighting Board. I'll turn this around so you can actually see it here. This is made by Brook. They're an awesome company. This little logic board does pretty much everything. It'll handle Xbox 360, Xbox One, PS3, PS4, Wii U, and PC, and they're working on Nintendo Switch support, which I think is awesome. But it uses a little USB-B, which you might have seen years ago on the the old printers. And actually, most printers nowadays that use USB also use this USB-B. And so what we do is we use this little adapter. This new trick is just a little pass-through, and it's so we get a little extension cable to go into the actual case. Mm-hmm. So my actual cable will never actually, it'll never be permanently plugged in. But we need to turn that around because it's currently sitting with a with an A female, and we need to have a B female on the inside. Let's actually turn it around. We'll actually turn this actual part around. The guys over at Paradise Arcade pointed this out to me.
Yeah, and this way things will actually fit, and then I think we'll either hot glue that into place or we'll figure something else out.
Yep. And hello to whoever is watching tonight. Thanks for tuning in. We're just having some fun putting together an arcade stick, and it's been good. It's been good. It's good. There we go. And this song is by a guy by the name of DJ Pretzel. If you've never heard of him, you gotta go check him out on Overclocked Remix. All of their music is available for free, legally, I might add, and it is awesome.
Tab giving you problems?
Yeah, just a little bit. I'm gonna bend it back here. There we go. That'll give me a little bit more room to work. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. And then this goes on this side like so. That'll give me a USB-B on the outside of the case. Just take the screws and put them back in. So, fun fact about Overclocked Remix. When Capcom was making the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 Turbo HD Remix that came out on the Xbox 360 and PS3 back in 2011.
You mean just the re-release? It wasn't really Turbo HD.
No, that's what they called it. Was Turbo HD Remix was the name of it. Was the name of the game.
Okay.
Capcom actually approached the community of Overclocked Remix, which is a network of hundreds of composers and arrangers from across the world, to actually make the soundtrack for this game. How are we gonna get that seated in there?
This is one where I wish I had brought my Dremel because I could just move material. And just
I have a Dremel downstairs. What kind of head do we need on it?
One that's preferably pretty thin.
I think that can be arranged. Give me a moment. Let's go grab it. So you talk to the
Why are you leaving me to talk to him? I don't know what to say. It's your stream, dude. So, how y'all doing? Okay. Okay, so we've got a couple options on what we can do here. One is to remove material. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
So
so we got a
what
couple options. I'm going to leave this to you because your stick.
Okay.
We got a couple options. One is where I put this internally and we make this kind of a permanent setup, and then I
Okay.
just on the table right there. That'll be the cleanest option. Two is I remove material right here.
Then we just hot glue it in.
Yep, and then we're going to find a way to hot glue this in, probably on its side like this.
That'll work.
Okay.
That'll work. Let's do that. All right. I think I've got a. Think something like that would work.
It's a little bit too rough for my taste.
All right. So want a grinding bit or a
Sanding or grinding down bit, yeah, usually.
something like this? You think?
Yeah.
All right.
We're also going to want to be ready to vacuum.
Oh yes, that too. You might want to run away because this is going to make a lot of noise. It's going to get really loud, and you're going to be scared, and you're going to wee. You're going to run away.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, when you're getting to the point of using a Dremel, then you've really leveled up your game in terms of modding. First time I've ever used a Dremel on stream.
All right. Give you that. It's currently turned off.
Yep.
I am going to put it's that little slider right there. I'm going to mute the microphone while we work so that we don't make a ton of noise on stream here. So we're just gonna have some nice music here for a little bit.
Yep. Yeah, kind of.
Alrighty, we're back with this one. Now we got the Dremel, or we're done with the Dremel.
Yep.
It's looking all nice and pretty.
Yep, that's not quite perfect. I apparently took a little bit too much material on the left side, but that's okay. You just cover
And now
that.
we've got
You're never going to notice it once the case is actually back on it.
Right, exactly.
Alright, now we just got to get the hot glue going.
Yes, we're gonna use hot glue to
Secure
hold that
this.
in place. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, Yumi, that's a Dremel. And Kitty's exploring. Kitty cat's exploring.
Yep, it'll be on the side like this, so it'll be a little bit awkward to connect, but I think that'll work just fine.
I think we'll be all right. Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, well,
We'll take a little bit here.
Yeah, just give it like 5 minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, so the way the new gyms are working, you're only allowed to get there are only 6 Pokemon in a gym, and you fight them first in, first out.
Yep.
No, there are no duplicates allowed, so only 1 Gyarados, 1 Rhydon. You may get off the counter. Somebody knows she's in trouble.
Yep.
She's not allowed on the counter, and she knows it. You're only allowed 1 Pokemon of each name. And the Pokemon will have this little heart icon. It's called their motivation.
Yep.
And as you defeat them, they'll lose motivation, and they'll also lose motivation over time. And you can replenish their motivation by feeding them berries.
Okay.
So now we finally have a use for all those extra berries that we've got sitting in our inventory.
What happens if they lose all motivation? They leave the gym?
They leave the gym, and then any coins that they accrue get added to your inventory at the time that they return to you.
Awesome. Okay.
So that's also how
That's a good change. I actually like. I don't play the game anymore, but I like that change. It's a good change.
Yeah, with the prior way, you earn 10 coins per Pokemon in the gym, and you could redeem every 20 hours.
Okay.
So basically once per day. But this new method, I like it a lot. It's nice.
All right, and then I'm just kind of starting to plan ahead in terms of real estate. It looks like, and then the other thing we'll want to get is just a couple of books, just just so I can prop this up for when we actually install the joystick. That way we're not damaging the games.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I can do that.
Yep. So that'll be the next step after we get this installed and the glue dries.
Alrighty.
And then from there we can go ahead and we'll start wiring the buttons up and the stick up, and we'll start getting those done.
Now this universal fighting board that we're using, this from Brook, goes for about $90.
Yep. They do make a version with headphone support, so if you did want to use it's a little bit extra, but if you did want to use, like if you're on live or if you're on PSN all the time and you're a talker and you like to taunt your opponent a lot, they do make a version that actually...
for my Tuesday night fights.
Yeah, if they do make a version where the headphones on the, if you use a headphone on the controller, you actually can do that.
Nice.
So it's a slightly different board because it actually has a headphone jack, and then from there you can extend it with like a 3.5mm jack.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
on
that topic,
the water's not coming out of there right now. You're
Okay.
funny.
All right. And then this will be the other next piece, which this is just a standard Sanwa JLF gate. These are the staple.
It's a 4-gate.
Square gate we call this.
Square gate, yeah.
Yeah, Japanese square gate, so real straightforward. And then that we just put in like so.
Yep.
And that's how that'll go.
Yep, and then I picked up
And I'm
this...
probably actually going to have it going out to the left like this, so that way it gives us a little bit more freedom to work.
Okay. And then once it's installed, we'll add that ball top to the top of the stick.
Yep.
And give it a nice thing to work. Give us something to grab a hold of.
Yep.
This glue gun's taking a little bit to warm up here.
You actually get any heat on it? Yeah, we are. So it's getting hot. It's kind of like one I picked up from Hobby Lobby for like $10, so it's kind of a cheapy one.
Yeah. Yume, there's not any water in there. You're not going to get very far with that.
On that top pick, do you mind if I go downstairs and grab a drink?
Knock yourself out, yeah.
Cool.
Have at it. Yume, there's not any water coming out because I turned off the pump. You silly girl.
There's actually a water pump for that can?
For the fountain, yeah. The water dish, yeah. It pumps water up so it keeps moving. She likes that. Don't you, Yume? I'm having some issues with the Smashcast chat on my... Hey, are we connecting to chat? There we go, okay. Oh, it is Kit Kat. Okay. Hello, Kit Kat.
Yeah, I was kind of starting to panic when I realized I need to remove material, and I was like, shit, I forgot my Dremel.
Kit Kat's watching us.
Alright. Hello, Kit Kat. Hello, dear.
So we're just waiting on this to load up now. Oh, there we are.
Okay.
Alright, I think we're up to temp at this point.
Alright.
So I'll let you... there's no... That's as far as it'll go.
Okay.
So...
Yep. That's fine. So we got a little bit. A little bit on the sides. Just hate getting the cobwebs on this.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I see what you're getting at.
Alright. And then we just gotta hold this in place for about 5 minutes.
Okie dokie. We can give it a little extra glue at that point, too, can't we?
I think we'll actually be okay.
Okay.
You just want to make sure you don't do anything sudden that's going to cause us to jerk or whatnot, because then you'll have to pop it open and reglue it. So,
If we were to give it a little extra around the edges before that point, would that help, you think?
See if I can do a little bit.
We're going to have to really move this over to...
I don't want to get that hot glue right there on it. Get that out of the way.
Hot glue is amazing, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
You may, honey. Leave that alone. You have to drink out of this.
Yeah, I don't want to get any on the glass there, Because then it's gonna ruin the plate, and then it just becomes a problem. And then of course we can always reinforce that a little later.
That'll work.
Yep, and then we'll just let that dry a little bit before we actually start working with it.
Okie dokie.
So yeah, there we go. So now we have this nice new trick bit, which is, for my next stick, I'm probably going to do that. I'm just going to more on the bottom sides, but
Good idea.
get that out of the way for me.
Sure. Making a move. He's having to move.
Check for those that I'm trying not to get any onto the circuitry itself.
Good luck.
Because then that actually causes problems.
Yes, it does. Because this stuff is fairly resistive. Hot glue?
Oh yeah. No, this'll fuck up a circuit in a heartbeat. Yeah. I really wish we had like an outlet like this, like this reinforced on the bottom side.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that and I'm gonna do this, so we actually have more to work with.
Okie dokie.
Put that in there.
That's fine.
Blurp.
I always loved playing with hot glue when I was younger. Just making like blobs like this.
There. That should actually hold that.
A little more on the other side.
The problem is that I can't get over to that other side.
Ah, bummer. Let's have to add a bunch to that side then.
Yeah, if I can at least reinforce this
One side that'll help. Yeah.
Get the stupid cobweb out of there.
Yeah, that too. That's all we need.
Yep. There. That's a nice big glob there, and that should actually hold that in place. Yep.
So we'll give that a couple minutes to set.
Yep. Get that a minute or two to set.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
So that Guitar Man that we did on Tuesday night, that was fun. That was good. Here, you got a little cobweb hanging off you. There you go. I got you covered.
Yeah, there's apparently some trick to hot gluing where you can avoid getting those all together. I've never figured it out. Okay. Alright, so the next step is that we're actually going to start wiring things.
Huzzah.
Now, this is something I'm glad you bought.
Faux hammer. Yep, that was from per your recommendation. You were like, get one of those. I'm like, all right, I'll get one of those.
And this is just going to help keep things nice and clean.
Should I unplug the hot glue gun?
Yeah, I don't think we're going to need anymore at this point. So.
Okay.
This is just to help with wire organization, keep things nice and clean. You know, it's just one of those things where if you can afford this when you're building it, it saves you a lot of trouble down the line.
It makes it easier to remember which ones go where.
Yep, and then this is going to be our actual one for the Sama JLF, so that one we're going to set aside, because that will be once we actually get the joystick installed.
Okay.
And then... Excuse me. Alright, so we got 4 buttons right here. And then we have 4 buttons right there. And then this one, I actually brought some spare wires. Ooh, excuse me.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, you know it's been a long day when I'm getting that out. All right.
Better out than in, I always say.
Yep. And then this one right here acts as our ground. So you notice we got that guy right there.
Yep.
And then
they pointed out something when I was at Paradise Arcade. They said you look for the ones that have the one color that's not in the other pairs. That's going to be your ground.
Yep, and they have it in rainbow order, which makes it nice and easy. So, like, you know, it's purple,
blue, green, brown.
And then brown, and then you have
a yellow out the bottom that's not anywhere else, so that's your ground.
Yep, exactly. So you got it. So, and then just to kind of give it a better look to the camera, you can see there's our odd man out, the yellow. And
it's also the shortest wire in the group as well, I've noticed.
Not on this one. This one is actually, this is your shortest wire, that's your purple.
Oh, weird. Okay.
Yeah, which is a little bit different, but that's okay.
All right.
And then on this one, you can see right here, our odd man out is the blue. So that's a better look at that. So there you go.
There we are.
All right. So, wiring up buttons. The way that they set these up is that, and the way button circuitry works is that all of these, it doesn't matter which direction you have for your ground and your power, so long as, you know, you at least have one on each and you're not duplicating. That will make a complete circuit, because when you press down on the button, that puts the two together, and that's what actually, you know, allows the signal to pass and registers as a
These
connection.
buttons are set as normally open until you press the button and then they close.
Exactly.
Yep.
Alright. So then we're going to push these down.
Push these down?
Yeah, there's a dust cover on the ends of these.
Okay.
See right here? And that's just to help, you know, prevent buildup of gunk and other things that can cause them to corrode. And the way we're going to wire these is that we're going to have them going this way. And this is going to be your bottom row. So this is going to be from left to right. If we were to look at it from the top side, one kick. You have to think about it in relative terms here when you're wiring a fight stick.
Punch kick, yeah. So
first kick, second kick, third kick, fourth kick.
All right.
From A, B, R, T, L, T, from left to right.
All right.
So we'll want to, and usually this is one where I will make notes on a scratch pad, just so in case I forget. And then these.
In our case, we're too manly for that.
Okay, that's on.
And then this one would go the same way for the punches. Punch 1, punch 2, punch 3, punch 4.
Exactly.
Got it.
And that way,
That's easy enough.
if you ever do have to swap buttons, you can just reassociate the colors with the appropriate, you know, button. It makes rewiring buttons, if you ever have to do it, really, really easy.
Yeah. Would you like me to just strip out a little bit off of the ends of these?
We're actually going to save that for last, just because once we don't want to start removing wire until we know where exactly our border is going to go on the inside of the stick.
I gotcha. I was just thinking, just leave them as is and just strip off the end. Just strip off the protective part. But yeah, that's a good point.
Yep. We don't ever want to remove material unless we have to, because you can't. Adding material back is a major, especially when it comes to wiring, is a major pain in the dick.
Oh, definitely.
I'm actually glad you went with the full hammer harness, because it's going to
make things dramatically easier.
Yep.
down the line.
Yep, and it'll make it nice and clean on the inside too.
Mm-hmm. Alright, and I got those pushed back as well.
Excellent.
I'll fit that one in
you
there.
You try a little bit here so you can learn a little bit. Should just be nice and snug on there. Should be able to go straight down.
Oh, hello.
Yep. We don't want to. Yeah. What we don't want to do is bend the contact points because then it weakens them and then you risk a short.
Yep. I think we're good on that front.
Yep. So just tug on it, make sure it's secure.
Yep.
Yeah. Usually with these, you just push them down to remove them, which is the other nice and easy thing.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna leave those like that.
All right.
And then,
but if I have take a stab at this one?
By all means. We'll switch spots and then go enjoy a drink.
You do that.
Yep.
There we are. Oh, jeez.
Yep. Need help?
Nope, I'm good.
Alright.
Just bending a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of bend. I mean, especially if you're doing this for the first time, that's to be expected.
Yeah.
Just don't completely fold it. That's what you want to avoid. Then you might have to run a perfectly good button.
Alrighty, let's play How Drunk is DDR Freak?
I was gonna say, is there any vodka to make a screwdriver out of that?
Yes, I did. There we are. This one's not quite on as tight as I would like.
It should be firm. You know, like if you tug on it, it shouldn't slide off. If you got that, then you're good.
There we go. There we are. These are really straightforward.
Yeah. And this is the other reason why I like the faux hammer harness, is that it's really, really difficult to screw up.
Yeah, no kidding.
You don't have to do a traditional daisy chain like I do in most of my jobs. But daisy chain is usually what I do just because, well, it tends to be cleaner in terms of, you know, actually arranging the wires on the board. But that's okay. This works too.
This is pretty damn clean. I don't know what you're talking about.
Now, again, it's the way I was originally taught on how to do circuits and whatnot for wiring an arcade controller, so that's just me.
You old fogey.
Yep. I am the old man.
There we are.
The way you did it before the, faux hammer invented this nice harness.
Yeah, no kidding.
We'll put it that way.
No, yeah, that works. Alright, so we got that, and then it's going to be these three. Yep. Go here, and then we're going to just have to grab some extra wire for this one then.
Yep, and I've got you covered there. I brought spares.
Good, good. Alright, so we want to get these in now too?
Yep, we're going to want to get all the buttons wired.
Alright. We want to start cutting some spare wire then for...
Oh yeah, that's going to be solid. The only way you're going to be getting that off there is if you drop it or if you do something to really just push on it.
Yeah. There we go. So we're going to do this 3, so it's going to be, what is that? Share, home, and touch. Okay, so they're saying the PlayStation button or basically the Xbox, the guide button is going to be the middle one here.
Yep. And that's going to be your Xbox guide, and then, well, there's no equivalent on the Xbox for touch, so that just kind of its own, you know, unique little snowflake button.
Something like that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is probably one of my biggest critiques about fighting games on PS4 is that I hate how for training room functions, you're pretty much bound to using the touchpad for reset for training mode.
That is pretty dumb.
Yeah. And I fucking hate that. Pardon my
I don't blame you on that
That's
one.
because my current stick right now doesn't have a touch button equivalent, and while I could make one by just sticking something, you know, somewhere, rewiring it.
That's a pain in the ass to do that, though.
Yeah, well, you know my phrase. I've already used it once on your stream.
Yeah. Kind of defeats the purpose, really.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, once we get all those wired up, you want to make sure you slide the dust covers onto them too. That's just
Yep.
protection.
I'm just pulling them back, so it's easier for me to work with the actual connector.
Yeah, I like to
rather
burp,
than-
by the way.
Better out than in, I always say.
Yep. But yeah, you want to make sure you get the dust covers on there because that acts as protection.
Yep. Whoa!
Yep.
Button just popped out. Whoops!
You sometimes get that.
That will happen. Definitely easier to seat these down without the covers on them.
Yep. And of course, I imagine your laptop has a USB port for you for us to actually test it.
It does not at the moment, actually.
Okay.
I only have 3 USB and they're all in use. I was thinking about putting the USB hub in there, and I realized, oh, we don't need that. We're not going to need that. And
No.
surprise!
Yep, we always test.
Indeed we do.
Okay.
I've got another laptop we can use if
Okay.
push comes to shove.
Yep, we'll want that because then there's out of the box, your board will require a firmware update. So.
As always. Actually, I probably should have done that beforehand.
Yep.
Oh well.
Alright, so now that we've got all the buttons wired, if
I'm
you
gonna
could-
grab a couple books.
Yep, grab a couple books because now we're going to install the joystick.
Alright.
And there should have been some screws provided with this.
Yes, they're in a plastic bag. Essays and Sketches of Mark Twain. This guy is an amazing author. He wrote a whole little essay about taming the bicycle. He bought one of those giant, you know, the 6-foot diameter front wheel bicycles,
Oh yeah.
and he wrote about his experiences about learning how to ride the bicycle. It was a very interesting story. He ends it with, "Get a bicycle. You will not regret it if you live." Does that sound like Mark Twain, or does that sound like Mark Twain?
Yeah, no, I was a fan of Mark Twain growing up because I loved, in particular, it was Adventures of Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn.
Yep.
The
So we're gonna be putting it out this way, you said? Is that
yeah,
correct?
I'm thinking that that's probably going to be the best way because you know we've obviously got all your cables going this way, but we're kind of running out of real estate to work
Hold up.
with.
There we go. That'll give us a little extra room to work with.
Yep, and then we just need some books for the other side.
Alright, I'll have to grab some. I'll
Yep.
grab some.
And that's just so we can have that snake around that away.
Here we go. Been a while since I pulled these off the shelf. Saber Marionette J. The complete series, I might add.
Mm-hmm. So we'll just want to try and make this even.
No, we'll do all but one. Try that. How's that?
Yeah, that's
Close enough?
That's good enough.
Good
Okay.
enough? Good enough.
All right, so we're gonna have that going to the right,
There we go.
and then it's pretty much just line up the holes and screw. Make of it what you will.
That's what she said.
Mm-hmm.
That's for the instead. That's for the actual case itself. Where did that little pouch go?
I think this is what we're looking for right here.
That looks like it. Yes.
Yep. So,
That looks like it. Yeah.
all right. Actually, we're gonna want to start getting some of this garbage cleaned up. All right.
Yeah. No kidding. I'll get started on that while we're thinking about it.
Alright, and then I need my, well, a screwdriver. This one is a wee bit larger.
Too big?
No. It's
Okay.
this actually will work great.
Okay, good.
This works great.
And there's the little piece for the JLF.
Yep, the dust washer. Do you
Yeah.
have a sticks tube? Usually
I did not get one. I decided I didn't need one.
Okay.
I said, nah, I don't need one. So I didn't get one.
Okay. Your call. I always get one just because it's not just looks, but it's also just preventing dust from getting down in here.
Oh.
So.
Okay.
More you know.
The more you know.
Exactly.
Now you know the truth, and knowing is half the battle.
All right, G.I. Joe. Okay. I'm surprised you're being so quiet, Kit Kat.
I'll be honest. Part of me is wishing that they actually do a live-action Street Sharks movie.
That's a series I haven't heard of in years. Street Sharks. Holy shit.
You're welcome.
Okay, so here's where I'm going to need my reference.
Okay.
Let's see. Actually, no, I should be just... Yep, there we go. Alright, so we've got yours on the left. And then I'm going to see it like this.
Okay.
We've got yours going to the right, which this is a Sanwa, so we want the black wire on the top. So it should go like so. Yeah, this just slides right on. Oh, if I can get the holes lined up.
And we do that in lieu of soldering to those points. There.
Yep, of going just directly on.
I gotcha.
And that just snaps right in place.
And then we just need to remember the wiring, which colors.
And then on the Sanwa, you know, the up is orange, down is red, left is yellow, and then right is green, and then the black, of course, is your ground.
Got it. Okay.
Alright, so now we've got everything wired up. Well, okay, we almost do. We need to do your start button. And this is where I have these. And these are just generic cables, you know, for wiring stuff up.
Ready to go.
Yep, these are available. You can get these from cheap for Paradise Arcade, and you know they're not that expensive at all.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get the black one for the ground, and then we'll go white because that'll go well with stars. It's the one unifying color because it's all of them.
There you go.
All right, so I'm going to do a little snippy. It gives you 2 female ends, and you just need the male end. Like that.
Oh, that's what's going on. Okay.
Yep, there should be Yep, there should be a pinout guide there on the board itself.
Yep, ground 4K, 3K, 2K, 1K, ground 4P, 3P, 2P, 1P.
We're going to need 4 grounds.
I see 3 grounds.
We may have a little bit of a problem. That's okay. We'll make this work.
We'll solder it together if push comes to shove.
Yep, so then we're going to go...
There is another ground over here for L3 and R3 that we could solder onto if needed.
Yeah, I'd like to avoid soldering, but...
I don't blame you.
Let me see the board and I'll make the decisions then.
Oh, I'm sorry. There are 4 grounds. My bad.
Yep, I was going to say there should be at least 4, knowing that.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, there are 4. I just missed the other ground in between the 1K and 4P.
Yeah, because usually, depending on the layout of the stick, they give you up to 4 grounds to work with. You don't have to use them all, obviously, but, you know, the option is there.
Gotcha.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to switch to this guy. Well, maybe not, because that doesn't have a dust cover on it. I want to make sure you've got some protection. Okay.
We'll just pull it from one of these things. Or that's the daisy chain, never mind.
Yeah, we don't need a daisy chain for this.
No, we don't.
So I don't want to ruin the filament is what I don't want to do. There we go. Alright. There we go, now you're starting.
Perfect.
Your start's ready to go. Okay.
Cool.
So, we've got all of our wires here ready to go. Now we're ready to start attaching them to the board.
Okay.
And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with your joystick.
All right. Up,
And-
down, left, right, and ground.
Yep. And as you can see, if you look at these wires, it's going to be kind of hard for me to show this, but you can see that there's no stripping on this, and we need to actually expose part of the wires in order to get them to connect.
That's why you brought this with you.
Yep, that's a wire strip. Real straightforward. And on these, it should be either 22 or 20 millimeters, what we're looking at.
22 or 20 gauge?
Or yeah, 20 or 22 gauge. So we'll just start on the...
I will hold the USB.
Yep. We're going to just... You don't need to take a whole lot off, but enough so that way you've got some bare wire exposed. We're going to start with the 20. So I believe off the top of my head, that's what it is. Yep.
Perfect. Yeah, just set that aside. Awesome.
Yep. Get that nice silver filament exposed so that way we can make a circuit.
Mm-hmm. Now, are these stranded or solid wires?
These are stranded.
These are stranded, okay.
Yep. I mean, if I really had the time and we had my soldering iron hot and ready to go, I'd actually be tinning these tips so that way they stay together. But I have kind of a cheaper way of doing it that doesn't involve soldering.
Yeah, it works.
We just twist them together.
It's not weird if it works.
Yep. Okay, so now that these are all exposed, I just twist these together.
Mm-hmm. And so we'll need a teeny tiny Phillips head.
Yep, you want to grab my house key right there? Yep, we're going to need a size 00 on the Phillips.
Alright.
Should be marked on the side of the bit, and then the other bits are inside of it. Should the cap pull off?
Got it, okay. Wait a minute. Oh, okay.
Isn't that handy?
That is really handy. Alright, Phillips 00.
Okay, and then I'm going to need my guide again.
Yep, you do
way
that.
I remember which one goes where.
Okay, love you too. Okay. I don't think we'll have any issues there, will we?
No. Okay,
So I'm
so...
just gonna loosen up these screws for the up, down, left, right, and ground here.
Yep,
Now, what is the VCC on this one?
that's power.
Okay, so we're
Yep.
gonna need.
We won't worry about that one. That's if we were going to do independent powering of the board, which your USB cable is going to handle all of that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because USB, you have data plus, data minus, VCC, and ground, so it covers all four of those. And that you've already got on the one port right there, which I'll show to the screen in a second.
I think these are ready to go.
Yep,
We just
so...
have
Yep, let's go ahead and let's do it.
There we are. Okay.
Yep.
So it's down, up, left, right, ground.
Yep, and then I've got my guide right there, so that way I've got my cheat sheet. So we're going to start with the up.
Which is orange.
Yep. And then we just pull that stirred from right there. So plug that in, and screw that down. Yep.
There we are.
Alright, that's
We in?
secure. Yep, we're in.
Good.
And then we're going to get the VCC, which is black. Yep, that's the
Ground.
ground. Yep, so
Well, ground goes up here actually. Not
we're going to
VCC.
use... Okay, yep.
We have
so
a
we're gonna-
dedicated ground.
Yep, so we're going to use the first ground.
All right. Good.
And then...
Down is red.
So there's our red. That's
Good.
Right in there.
There we go.
This is probably the most time-consuming part of the stick.
Left is yellow.
Yep. And then last but not least, we need green, which goes right in the right. That should be correct.
There we are.
Yep, and then we'll just tug them a little bit. Yep, they're secure. Alright,
Cool.
So the joystick is wired up. Next, we're going to do...
Kicks.
We're actually going to take care of start and select, and we're just going to go up.
Okay.
So here, and it looks like with this one, I'm going to probably snake that around a little bit like that, because I'm thinking the best place
Hang
we're
on
going
a
to...
second here, because it's going to be... Oops. Touch, start, select.
Yep. And then we're going to have another ground here too, and we are going to have to ground these buttons.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep, so
Which one? The yellow's the ground? So that'll go right there then.
Yep, and then...
Then start, select. Where's the touch go?
Let's see. I'm looking. Down 4 kicks. Yeah, we are also going to be taking care of your start button too.
Yep.
Yeah, your touch is something I may actually have to solder.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yep.
Yep, TP touchpad key is down here.
Yep, it's
TP key is that pin. TP key.
Let me
touchpad.
actually, I'm going to read your pinouts here real quick.
Do it.
Alright.
When in doubt, check the manual.
Yeah, it's under the J4 header.
That TP key right there.
Yeah, that's one where, well, I wasn't expecting to have to connect it like that. It's really weird. Is there an alternate out I can use on that?
I thought there was. There's an optional mode, I thought.
Yeah.
It was like a key press. It was like a combination key press for touchpad.
I really did not want to have to solder tonight, because that's something where I'm not sure if I'll be able to attach your touchpad right away, but that's alright, we can do that later.
We can do that later.
Yep, so, okay.
That's not going to make it too much more difficult, is it?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
I might have to consult with my mentors here in the Team Tech Talk just to see how we're going to handle that one, because I don't want to remove any button function, but it just means for now that your touchpad button is in there.
Gotcha. Well, no, that's interesting. They actually reverse the start and select with the menu and options on the Xbox. Well, that's interesting. Huh, okay. That's fine.
Okay, so the next thing we're going to do, and here's where we want to start thinking about cord organization and length. Because now we've got this, we're going to be bringing this down here. It means now...
So we're gonna attach it to the underside. Okay, got it.
I'm trying to think on how I want to plan this, just because, again, I don't like removing material unless I have to.
Well, and that's where I got smart. Per their recommendation, we've got a couple of little adhesive pads and zip ties so we can attach it to the board.
Yep.
To whatever part of the case we want.
Yep. I'm actually going to start by wiring up your bottom ones here, so...
Okay.
So your kick buttons are up there. Perfect. Alright. So here we actually can afford to remove some material.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to take off about that much. There's... There
Snips.
they are. Yep. I'll just do these in one batch.
Okie dokie.
Okay. And then we're going to start stripping these.
Fascinating.
those are now all exposed. Yeah, it looks like for... Interesting. For the ground, they've actually got a solid... Or no, for this first button right here, that's your solid filament. Interesting.
Huh.
Wonder why they decided to vary it up a little bit, but that's okay.
Okay.
It makes things
Roll with
just... yeah, we'll roll with it. Just makes it a little easier.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so first kick is going to be purple. I can have my husky.
Yep, there you go. They're already open.
Okay, excellent. So then we just go start going in. So first kick.
Goes right in there like that.
Yep.
And there we go. That's easy enough.
Alright.
Shit, I could probably do that drunk.
I was going to say, you might want to watch your words. I think you have one screwdriver in you. Okay, blue.
I can swallow another.
That's alright.
I made a funny. Don't mind me.
Alright. And third is going to be green.
You're right, that does make it really stupid easy to put together.
Mm-hmm. So you always pay attention to your pinouts. Oops.
Oh, uh-oh.
Lost a bit.
Well, then get it back.
Alright, and then forward kick is going to be brown.
And the ground will be yellow.
Yep. Make sure it's all the way in there. Okay. Alright, and then around. Alright, so your bottom buttons are wired up.
Good, good. You have enough space to work?
Yeah, we're still good there on that front. It's just making sure that everything else is just going to be nice and play with one another. Okay.
As always.
Now we're going to do your punch buttons, which I'm going to see if I can't snake under like that.
That's a good way to do it.
And then...
That's a nice looking setup, not gonna lie.
See why I had you buy these?
Snips.
About that much. Get this there, layers out.
Snip, snip.
I don't think we need to snip anymore. That looks good.
Okie dokie.
Alright.
There's the wire stripper.
Yep, then we can snip, then strip. Remember the first time when I started teaching myself how to do mods and how to do controller stuff like this?
Mm-hmm.
I actually practiced on Radio Shack DIY projects that had this really cool kind of stuff where you can make like these cool gadgets that you'd never use otherwise.
Yeah,
pretty
pretty much.
It taught you how to solder and what to work with.
Yeah, yeah.
Because at the time I was living in Fargo, I didn't know
What else do you have going on? And
yeah, I didn't know nobody up there who played fighting games, you know, really knew how to mod much, or at least for what I was looking to do. So I kind of sort of had to teach myself. And so I started before I figured out, okay, you know what, I'm going to be messing with a $200 stick. Last thing I'm going to do is brick it. I'm going to practice, teach myself to solder. One of these little cheapy $20 projects, and that way if I do fuck up, it's not going to hurt anything.
exactly.
And sure enough, on my first try, I did fuck up.
Well, there you go.
But yeah, they had this really cool thing for like a super ear where you could plug in microphones and you could have like a long range microphone to listen to stuff.
Nice.
It kind of worked. I had the feeling that probably my first time I actually completed it was probably just bad soldering job. But if you're looking to get into teaching yourself how to do this, those things are a great way to start if you can find a Radio Shack, because I know they're kind of having problems.
They filed for Chapter 7. They're closing all of them.
Oh, so they're totally done now.
They're totally done.
Shit.
Yeah, they're completely gone.
Yeah, I used to like going there for my stuff because I could get wires and everything else on the cheap. Okay, so your first punch is going to be red. Yep. That's first punch. Which is kind of sad because that's where I would buy my stuff. Especially when I was first starting out. I mean, now thankfully we live in Minnesota and we are fortunate enough to have a micro center local to us.
Which helps a ton.
Yep.
And especially with the DIY stuff that they've been starting to roll out. I mean, it's kind of an afterthought for them. Mm-hmm. But they do have a decent DIY selection, and hobby kits and Arduinos and robotics and stuff like that. So
surprisingly good selection of Raspberry Pi stuff.
I know that too.
Okay, this one I'm actually going to remove a little more material, so that way it actually sits nice. And we are going to restrip. Okay, yeah, this is kind of the boring part.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did I put my screwdriver?
Where did you put it? There it is.
Fuck, I thought he could hide on me.
He thought wrong.
Alright. Yeah, this is where I'm going to remove the material. And again, this is just kind of organization, making sure everything fits. That's all nice. Oops. And clean. Part of doing a controller right is just making sure that you do it right the first time and keep things nice and clean. As I've learned from doing more and more of these. And also, if you want to just look around, because I thought maybe a little bit of wire got on the floor, and the last thing I want to have happen is have your cat eat that.
Yeah, let's not. And say we didn't. I got it.
Cool.
I got it covered.
Alright. Then I'm missing one as well. Yep, sorry.
Alright, I got a...
Okay, is that here?
Sky, actually.
Is that Sonic one you were telling me
Yep.
about?
I'm pretty sure this is. Hang on. Yes, Supersonic Ska.
Nice. I'm already liking the sound of it. I kind of hate to admit this, but I have a soft spot for ska.
So do I. Only haters don't like ska.
Mm-hmm. My favorite band to listen to actually for ska is Real Big Fish.
Okay.
There was an old Newgrounds Flash I loved pieces back in the day, where they did a video game themed animation to their song "We Hate It When Our Friends Are Successful."
Nice.
It's actually really, really good. I loved it.
Nice.
And that's how I kind of found the band and.
See, and a bunch of my formative years, especially high school, was involved Five Iron Frenzy.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them at the New Union up in Columbia Heights, way back in the day. But we had actually, fun fact about Five Iron Frenzy: the artist that did the majority of their album artwork was also the artist that designed Earthworm Jim.
That's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, I know. He did actually that same artist did a lot of album artwork for a lot of Christian music groups.
That's something I would not expect. Okay. Yeah, and I think what we'll do is we'll just set your fight board right there.
Sounds good.
Alright. And last but not least, we'll do...
But yeah, when I saw Five Iron Frenzy at the New Union, one of the bands that opened was called Ska Skank Redemption. And I immediately fell in love with this band because they were just great. And I might want to give it a little extra. So about there should give you enough to snake it around. I'm just foreseeing a little bit extra work on that one.
Yeah, I'm just looking and actually, yeah, so 1 ground, 2 ground, 3 ground, 4 ground, 5 ground for the start. So
no, 1 ground, 2 ground. Oh yeah, 5 ground.
Yep. So I need to see the pin out again, just to see if there's an extra ground I can just.
Off of this one right here, but that's a solder. Or
yeah.
There you go.
Yep. Okay, yeah, looks like for that ground I'm gonna have to, or maybe, Now I'm just thinking here what we want to do, because, yeah, it's not gonna stretch for a daisy chain. I could probably make it stretch if I really wanted to, but I kind of want to avoid that.
Yeah, especially with...
Otherwise, then what I can do is that at some point when we're ready, we'll make this your touch button, and I'll just have these 3 be your...
Start select next box. Got it.
Yeah, and that'll probably be the easiest way to do this.
That's fine. Yeah, so we'll just coil that up and then use like a twist tie or something to keep it there.
Yep.
That'll work.
Yeah, and that makes sense, especially if you get any PS4 fighters at all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I have a couple already.
Yep. And we'll just save this one as your... this one will eventually become your touchpad.
Yeah,
so we're just going to redo the order.
Oh, well, let's not use the zip ties for that. I got twist ties.
Okay.
I know I've got twist ties.
Yeah, so you'll just have to remember that your top button is worthless.
All live.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, the moment you need a twist tie, you can't find them.
We'll just use the one that
Here,
came
extra
with
wire.
Oh, well.
Or a twist tie there. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that'll work.
Yeah.
So
and I guess the question
nicely.
to you comes as to which order do you want those buttons?
Well,
I'm just going to snake that right there. So
I'm
it's out of the way.
thinking start, select, Xbox.
Okay. So then...
So that's going to be...
Yep.
Now here's the weird part is that the Xbox and the PlayStation are reversed. So it's start is the select for Xbox.
Yep.
And then the select is the start for Xbox.
No, it'll work out. Trust me, I've done this before. This is
Okay.
this is not my first rodeo, cowboy.
All right.
All right. So we can remove some excess material. So your top pad your top button eventually will become touch, which, if you ever decide you want to get into Street Fighter V or Injustice 2 on PS4 or any of those others, your touch is typically your reset button for training mode.
Right.
So that'll give you nice, easy access to it, which I actually kind of like that layout better.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So, all right.
Gonna trim it even more. Oh wow.
Well, not trim.
There you go.
Yeah. I had to stop myself for a
I
second.
was like, wait a minute.
Yep. Think about what you're doing.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you recognize this song?
Yeah, this is a remix.
Yep. I quite like it. It's a good one too.
Mm-hmm. There was a remix that was actually featured since you brought the topic up of the Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo remix.
Yeah.
On OC Unix, I love the pieces, and that's the remix they did of Ken's theme.
Oh yes.
Tomato Fever, I think it's called.
Yep. That's on the album.
Excellent. I love
That
song.
whole album, including the original soundtrack from Street Fighter 2, was given out as part of a token of goodwill from Capcom. They actually made that whole album available for download as Creative Commons. So the original Street Fighter 2 soundtrack is now available to download for free.
All of Street Fighter 2, like the original CPS1?
It's what was included with the Turbo HD remix.
Okay, so the
So
OC
it's-
remix tracks.
The OC remix tracks, but they also included, but Capcom also gave them the original music
Okay.
to give it from the original songs from the character stages.
Okay, so yep. Sorry, just having to think a second.
It's all
So
good.
Yellow's going to be ground. Thank you. Yeah, we're coming on the home stretch here. So
Sweet.
if you want to go grab that second laptop of yours, that'd be great.
All right.
And then that's good.
Let's see if this works. I might need to plug it in.
Yep. So long as it's got internet access and has support for Windows, Xbox 360 controllers.
It's running Windows 10, so no
Yep.
worries there.
We're good. All right. So
Yeah.
you wanted this one to be start? Or we have
Yep.
to-
So start Xbox Select.
Okay. So black is going to be selected. Okay. Actually, we're going to do the home button first. Let's see what I've got.
Yeah, Xbox Home.
Just the orders of the wires. So. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Select what you want a black select here, right?
Yes, that one will be Select.
Okay. I'm actually going to use some material. That's okay.
That is A-okay. Kit Kat says you need to get back into streaming.
I know. She's been pressuring me for that.
Oh, we should do some joint streams for the Tuesday night fights. You know?
I'll do a little collab of some kind here.
That could be fun. You know, you stream on your channel, I'll stream on mine.
Yep. Maybe I'll make the move to Smashcast. We'll see.
I like it. Smashcast, and really Smashcast does need some more people, some more bigger names to show up.
Oh,
I know.
please. I'm hardly a bigger name.
Well, you know, Circa Nicky actually ditched Twitch entirely. He's on Stream.me now.
Okay. I was actually considering Beam for a little bit in Microsoft.
Yeah, I was talking with was it James? Yeah. This is a great one of the better remixes from the Final Fantasy VII album. No Such Thing as the Promised Land.
Is this that Mako Reactor theme?
Yep. It's hard to tell right now, but you'll hear it eventually.
Alright, and then as a little bit of prep, if you want to go online to Brooke's website,
That's brookconverter.com.
BrookeAccessory.com.
BrookeAccessory.com.
If you just Google Brooke Converters, it should
Yep,
pull it
it's
right up.
brookaccessory.com.
Yep. So then we want black as select. Yep. We're getting there.
But no, Smashcast is running a couple of big Smash Bros. Tournaments in the next month and a half.
That'll be good and exciting.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool.
Hi, Yume. Kitty kitty. Oops.
Now I'm sure you heard it there.
Yep. Yep, she's pawing at it. Alright. Right as it restarts. Alright. Cool. So that wires that up. And then the last step to actually get this thing fully set up
Is to attach those little
we need
sticky pads.
Well, we're not going to do that yet. That's going to
Okay.
be the last step. But
Okay.
what I am going to do is that we're going to need that first USB cord because we're going to
Yep.
do that.
I was thinking the same thing.
There we go.
Remember to do a quick test of the buttons.
Yep, we're going to make sure that most importantly, the joystick is wired correctly and that all the other buttons are mapped correctly
Okay.
before we start putting this back together.
Gotcha.
So then the other thing we'll need here obviously is the USB out for your neutral. So that's going to be this guy.
Alright, going over to Brook Accessory. That's not, probably under support download, I'm guessing?
Yep, it's under support and then downloads. And then you want the latest version for the Brook USB. The black one, not the blue one. The blue one's the one that has headphones down to it. And Brook makes updating their boards and their converters, as I'm sure you know, really, really easy.
No kidding. That's not it. Let's go product. Fighting board. That one.
The only caution to give you is that because I wasn't able to fully support the matrix here,
Yeah.
just be careful as you're plugging in and out because I can notice it's already a little weak right there.
Okay.
I'm going to see if, well, the problem is that we got this damn thing in the way.
Yeah.
So I can't quite fully reinforce it, but if it does come undone, we just pop it open and re-regulate it.
Yep. One of the things we could do is we could just drop some glue into that point.
Yep, drop some glue or get a Q-tip and apply it that way.
Yeah.
I think that might be the better option here, just so I can be more precise. I wish I still had these micro applicators I bought from my model making days, because those would be perfect for this. But they were little tiny brushes. They were disposable. Like even smaller than a Q-tip, and I could use to just finally apply paint or stuff or whatever I needed to do to get a job done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Button mapping.
Yep. So whenever you're set, and this is always a step.
I'm looking for the firmware, and I did not see it in the.
Well, first and foremost, let's try plugging this in and let's test your stick. So
Alright.
we're gonna.
Give me,
Yep. We just do this. Alright.
cool. I see
Yep.
a blue LED.
We've got power. That's a good sign.
Nothing out of here yet. Oh, hey, here we go.
Yep. It should be installing some software.
Yep, installing device.
Yep. It's gonna show up. I should have held down the third punch. That way it just shows up as a 360 controller, but that's okay.
So I don't see the USB in the download section.
We'll find it. That's something we can do once the stream's over, and I'll help you do your first firmware update.
That'll work.
Okay, but the most important thing here, go into settings on the control panel.
It's not quite there yet. It's still installing.
Okay. I might actually move this little side thing here just because it's kind of in the way of what I want and I don't see a use for it. But that's just fine tuning we'll do at the end.
Okay.
Yeah, isn't that blue light lovely?
Adorable.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, you know, if you ever wanted, you could just put like black putty or something in it to cover up the material that I took away too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, for basically eyeballing it, I didn't do that bad of a job.
No, you did not. That was quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Firmware updates. Here we go.
Yep.
How do I update the firmware?
They actually give you
Click here to download the firmware update files and instructions.
Make sure you get the Windows version because actually there's an executable
Well, that's interesting.
for it.
They don't actually give me the UFB.
Click on Xbox One. Should be right at the top.
No?
Yeah. Again, we'll find it. Just pull up
Universal Fighting Board. Here we go.
Yep.
Downloading the updates. We're still installing.
Okay. The best part is it looks like you got some spare buttons which you can either return or you can hang on to in case one of these breaks.
And I might just hold on to them, in all honesty.
Yeah, like I always have held onto my buttons. The only time I throw them away is if they're genuinely broken.
Yeah. No harm in keeping those around.
Yep. But yeah, what I'm thinking we're going to do while that's still installing, I'm just going to go ahead and remove these screws and take this out.
Okay.
And you can hang on to that in case it ever does become a needed thing in the future. Because at this point, from my judgment, it's just in the way.
Alright. I'll grab a Ziploc bag or something and set those aside.
Where did our little box go? Oh, the one that had the screws in it.
That one's this one. That's this one right here.
Perfect. Just make sure we're not losing it.
No, we haven't lost it.
Yep, it's coming out. Good. Good, 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 good. Either way? No, I'm gonna have to take the other one away. Okay.
I haven't fired up this computer in months, so of course Windows 10 is updates, updates. Oh my god, I gotta download updates.
Yeah, no, let's not. Let's not say we did. Just as long as you don't get hit by WannaCry, you're okay.
Yeah, no kidding.
Which, well, actually, no. WannaCry doesn't target Windows 10, at least not yet.
Actually, it did.
It did?
Yeah.
Okay.
There was an update to Windows 10 that for all Windows actually.
Okay, and that actually patched the hole it was going through.
That update was actually pushed out in April.
Okay.
And it was people that did not update that were hit by WannaCry.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll let this finish up here. But yeah, this is looking good.
Yep. It's just a couple last things, which, again, it's... If everything's wired correctly and all the buttons work and were mapped correctly, then it's just a matter of mounting the board and then closing it up, and then, yeah, we're good.
Mm-hmm.
And you will have a new fight stick.
Huzzah. You may. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. You may. Hey, knock it off, you. Yeah, you. I'm looking at you. Look at you trying to look all cute.
Can't quite get the camera on the cat, but the cat's being adorable.
And getting yourself in trouble clawing at the couch.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all we need. You may knock it off.
Okay, so I'm probably going to mount your board right there just because that's where it's going to want to rest. So, alright.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I heard that.
Gotcha.
Hello. How are
Someone's in trouble.
you? Yep,
A certain kitty is in trouble.
Yep.
Shame. Shame. You're stuck? Yeah. You're just gonna sit right here with me.
Okay, are we
That's
good to
what
go
you got.
over there?
Yes, we are.
Okay, go ahead and open up the... Well, you'll have to put the cat down, but... Alright. Alright, I'm guessing I'm doing this.
Hang on.
Okay.
Hang on.
Alright, so what you're going to want to do, go to your control panel and open up USB.
Control panel.
Yep, go into
Device manager, you mean?
USB, set up USB game controllers.
Oh yeah, game controllers.
Yep. Yeah, because I always do this before I start sealing things up. Because if we need to make adjustments, we're going to want to make them now. Before I put the cover back on it.
I gotcha. Might actually be under devices and printers now. Yep, there it is. Controller.
Yep.
Hardware, connected devices. This is currently connected.
Okay.
Properties.
Yep, we want to modify?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Does this have that? I don't think it says the view I like. Okay. Xbox controller. I ever mention how much I hate using touchpad mouse?
Yeah, I think you mentioned that a couple of times.
Yeah, okay.
What you looking for?
Set up USB. That's what I want.
There we are. Okay.
Properties.
Oh yes, this one.
Okay, so
This good old
yep.
thing.
So
Alright.
you're gonna help me out by
Up,
yep,
down.
down.
That is showing up on point of view half. That's
Yep.
interesting.
Yep, that's how it should be.
Left and right. Yep.
Make sure it's working correctly. So you can show me the monitor so I can do my
Oh, yeah.
own little testing here. So up, down, left, right, base. Make sure every button works. It'll be wired up.
Goes on.
Oh, yep, and that's the game bar's working.
Hang on. You're bending that.
Oh.
Did you just break it already? Yeah, you did.
Okay, but yeah. Yep, your buttons are all working correctly, so we wired it correct.
Oh, good.
Yep, and... Okay, no, we didn't break it, so it's,
good.
it's still in place. We're good! Alright. Although I am going to want
breaking
to...
my shit.
Although I am going to want to reinforce that, so we'll
Yeah.
probably want to plug in the hot glue gun and we'll get, like, a micro applicator or something.
We'll figure it out.
Okay,
All right,
bottom
what's
line, we can go ahead and unplug this.
Okay.
I'm going to unplug your USB for now, because we now know that everything's wired correctly.
Okay.
And then I'm going to pull that out. So you can hang on to that. Make sure that when you store that, you don't fold it. Keep it straight. Alright, now for mounting this board, I actually like these better.
Okay.
And just to show the screen, these are the type of board feet that I like just because it actually elevates the board slightly and prevents it from grounding itself.
Oh, nice.
And I believe they provide you with these. So,
Oh, nice.
you guys right here, you can see they got a nice little home hat.
These don't really elevate nearly as much.
Yeah.
Relatively speaking.
Yep. So I mean, you can go one on top of the other, but the zip ties are just, it looks sloppy in my opinion. Whereas with these, all you got to do, you just
Oh, that's much easier.
yeah. You see why I like these now?
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, that's stupid easy.
Yep. Why put effort into it when you don't have to? Bam. And then you just pull the cover off. we don't want that. And we'll just mount your board, just like that.
Perfect.
And we'll let that adhere.
That's
And it's
easy
on the
enough.
plastic, so that way we don't have to worry about the board getting grounded from any metal components.
Oh, good.
Yep. And
Perfect.
it'll just sit right there.
Well, that's easy enough.
Yep, and then we still
You're going to get in trouble again.
And then once we do actually get things ready to actually attach your touchpad button, we can take care of that when the day comes. We still got plenty of space to do that. Oh, I heard that. That made me actually feel bad. Oh.
That's what you get for clawing at the couch. She got sprayed in the face with a squirt bottle.
I don't like using squirt bottles as punishment. It makes me feel bad, and I tried it once with my own cat, and it didn't work. Anyone knew what I intended, so I said never again. Okay.
Yeah. She knows when she messed up, though.
Yeah, she does. Okay. So now that that's mounted, you can see nothing's going anywhere.
Sweet.
And then we're going to need your dust cover and your ball top.
Yep.
Those will be the last couple pieces we install. And then the other thing, I don't know if you noticed, but Brooke actually gave you a couple nice decals if you wanted to put them on there.
I think I'll skip those for now.
Yep, and then that button, of course, right now is useless.
Right.
Okay, so I need the dust cover first.
Dust cover. Where's the dust cover?
Is it under my phone or anything?
What's the dust cover?
That's that little ring washer.
Oh, yes. That we set down up here somewhere.
Yep, is it under the newspaper by chance?
It might be. No, it is not.
Okay, we're going to want to find that because I need to put that on first before we put your ball top on.
No kidding. We're going to need that.
Otherwise, I may have a spare one you can use in the meantime if I happen to slip one in.
Oh, I know I saw it. I set it aside. I just don't remember where it went to. It's somewhere in, up there it is.
Yep. And again, I urge you to get a sleeve for your stick just because, again, it's prevention of future issues. So
Alrighty.
if you can, get one, and then that just goes right on top there.
Yep, and you just fit that on and screw it in.
Yep. Well, we can thread it at least, but I'm going to need a flathead screwdriver to get it on.
Alrighty.
And get it tight.
Do you have one with you, or should
I
got
should.
one right here. We need it.
I should. Somewhere.
I got mine right here. I'll
Okay.
go with that.
Yeah, you beat me to it. So, all right. And then this is real simple. You have one hand on the ball top, and then just turn. Yep. You want to get it good and snug. And you don't want to go too tight because then that can restrict the movement. Yep.
There we are.
Yep.
Perfect.
So now that's all nice and together, and you can see just as a quick preview. Mostly finished product.
That looks pretty nice.
Yep.
Let's show that off. Yeah, that looks pretty good.
Yep. So, alright, since we're pretty much done here, it's just a matter of sealing it up. So,
Grab that.
you ever play Trauma Center? Last part is, stitching up the patient and calling it good.
I approve.
Okay.
And go give you a screw there to work with.
Butthead.
Phillips, you mean?
Yep, Phillips. Yep. Okay. And that's the thing, is that the metal will just kind of seat itself, so to speak, as we get the screws in there. And the other thing, as a bit of advice, if you ever decide to open up your stick yourself, when you're re-screwing these down, be snug, but don't over-torque it, because that can crack things.
Oh yeah, plastic will crack if you're not careful.
Yep. So enough to be snug, but you don't kill it.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then here, I might just get my razor and just cut off here because I feel a little sort of nicer.
Alrighty.
Yep. There we go. Whoop. Whoa.
Careful.
Yeah, it's at that point of the night where I'm getting tired.
Time for you to go home, in other words.
Yep. About 8 or 9 hours of sleep, I think, in the past 48 hours.
Oof. And I got the last screw right here.
Yep, I'll let you do the honors on that one.
Yay! There we are.
I'm going to get my Knife box.
He's got a sharp! Run away!
Yeah, because I'm assuming you want me to clean that up right there.
Yeah, go for it. Let's do it.
Alright. Yep. Last bits. Just
You may.
doing cleanup.
Yeah, you're gonna run away when I do that. Big surprise there. Meow. I know. Meow. I know. I know.
Alright, it's not the cleanest looking thing, but at least it's...
That'll work.
Yeah, it'll work. So there we go. Alright.
Alright.
Put my knife away and just gotta update the firmware at this point, which we can do off screen, and we're good.
Yeah, looking pretty good at this point.
So to show it off on the end here, so the final product.
Turn around, dude.
Yep.
You silly.
Oh.
Show it off right like that. There
Yeah.
we go.
It's late. I'm tired.
Yeah, we can tell. There we are. It's all
Yep.
done.
And you can see from the front too, you've got that nice Nutric port. So
A nice Nutric port on the front there. The
Yep.
3 buttons.
yep, you're never gonna have that problem again of bending your USB at the crimp. And if the wire does get bad, you just buy yourself a new USB. It's that
Yeah,
simple.
pretty much.
The only caution is that it's got hot glue that's holding it down. Normally I screw that in, but with plastic it's kind of hard to do that. So I would just be careful, and if it ends up being an issue, we'll just reglue it.
Works for me.
All right.
I
Done deal.
like this.
Yeah. So let's go. We'll get the firmware updated. We'll do a quick test run on it. Make sure things are all good.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. So thanks everyone thank you Kit Kat for tuning in and hanging out with us. Really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll resume Tuesday night fights. Probably let's see. Next weekend is not the 4th of July.
What? I've even lost track of time.
Yeah, you and me both on that one. So 4th of July we will not be we will not have Tuesday night fights. But beyond that, let's see.
Yeah. So next week.
Next week we will resume Tuesday night fights, and then the week after that we'll take a break for 4th of July because freedom and all that and all that glory.
Being American, which unfortunately is kind of a dirty thing these days, but thanks, Trump.
Anyways, I'll see you on Tuesday, and we'll get this new stick some action then.
Mm-hmm.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.